Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another Coinsider live stream. I'm your host, Kevin, and today I want to focus on all the good news that's come out within the past few days and week, per se. Um, Now, you may be like, okay, you already know all the good news, but I'm pretty sure you don't because I have like 10 plus like mini good news topics that I bet you have missed some of them. So today in this stream, I want to take a look at each one and talk about their impact, analyze them a bit, just chat with you guys chat with you guys and just see how we feel about all this, right? But first, if y'all can give me a quick mic check, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so first and foremost, um, we had just to set the stage. Let me just share screen. So we had this big pump for Bitcoin, right? Now it has corrected a little bit in the past day, which means I'll talk about some of the comments like ICP virtuals, but let's focus on the good news first, okay? Because the market may have feel that it's priced in a lot of this good news. So I think this is just a healthy temporary pullback, and we're still very bullish right now, like overall sentiment. Okay. Let's see. But let's start at the beginning with the biggest market mover news, and that is the US-China trade deal, of course. So we will go in chronological order right here. So this was okay, so there's been more news since then, but I want to go in chronological order. So Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent went to Switzerland to chat with his Chinese counterparts to discuss their tariffs and trade war stuff. And they announced a trade deal without providing specifics yesterday. If y'all noticed that, if y'all are on Twitter or X at all. So people were really bullish because this kind of signaled de-escalation in this ongoing trade war. They said things were productive and that they would give more details Monday morning. So there was a lot of drama about that. Like some people were like they walked out of their meeting, and other people were like the Chinese were just going on a lunch break to chill out. Just a lot of really like crazy drama there. But Vice Premier of China said that they achieved substantial progress and reached important consensus. The two sides agreed on establishing a consultation mechanism for trade and economic issues. So, yeah, and Trump also wrote on his Truth Social that they had a very good meeting today with China with many things discussed, much agreed to. A total reset negotiated. That's what they're kind of selling this as. Now, here was the news from this morning, today. United States cuts tariffs on Chinese goods from 145% to 30% for 90 days. And China also lowers their tariffs for 90 days. So it seems like in around 3 months' time, we may revisit this fiasco again. Well, Pratik, great question. Do you expect rate cuts to delay because of 90-day pause? Honestly, they already had just a few, like I believe 2 or 3 rate cuts for this year. I don't expect that to substantially change, unless like inflation goes crazy or like unemployment goes crazy or something like that. I think the Fed is comfy in sticking to their plan for this year. So here is another thing though. Guys, you may think let me tell you this. You may think that this is over, that this Trump, USA, China trade war is done, it's over, everything is resolved. But hold up. If we know anything, it's that things change on a whim, especially the way that Trump likes to do things, especially as it pertains to this trade and tariff stuff, right? Things can change on a whim. So don't feel like you know everything is just going to stay the same and just go on the same path. If you've been paying attention at all, then you know that things change on a whim here. So I want to show you something really important here. Right here. An overlooked possibility. I agree with this. The market is assuming that this tariff stuff will be short-lived and that the assumption that the trade war with China will end soon. So I agree that, like, look, there's a lot of this post. I don't want to go into all the details, but it's basically talking about how we both rely on each other in terms of like import exports quite a bit, and especially like soybeans, right? Soybeans, petroleum, etc. Soybeans are expected to be the hardest hit commodities, and this is going to affect like $12.8 billion of the soybeans from like Iowa, Illinois, and Minnesota. And then China is also talking to EU to foster stronger trade relations, and also other places in like Southeast Asia. So right here, this is the key, folks. This is the key. This global trade war or tariff war will have far-reaching consequences for Americans, and the prevailing market assumption that it will end soon may be fostering optimism that could soon begin to sour. If you guys think everything is cozy, everything is good, and it's full steam ahead, you may be right. You may be right. I mean, I'm feeling really bullish too. But I want to urge some caution here because this may not be over. And if things escalate for whatever reason, if all this good news that I'm about to share with you today turns on a dime and goes the other direction, as we know it can, then we may go back to bear mode. We may see another crash, a big crash, 10, 15, 20%. Alts that have been doing crazy may retrace in that scenario. So I'm not saying that this is even likely to happen, but I think there is a decent chance. It's like a non-negligible chance, right? Chat, let me know what you think. Do you think this tariff stuff, this trade war stuff is pretty much in the back burner and like behind us all? Or do you think it could come back in an unexpected way? Let me know. Yeah, exactly, Dave. Thank you. And here in Canada, they're sticking to their tariffs because Trump always fails at the last minute. See what I mean, folks? Don't be too comfy here. Don't assume. Assumptions destroy us, okay? Now, that was China. But like I said, in this stream, we have many more good news. The title of the stream is so much good news. It's not just about US-China. That is arguably the largest one. But we have a lot more to dig into today. And also, folks, I want to let you know that some of this news I grabbed from yesterday. So as you know, it may have changed already. It's been like 12 hours since then or more. So if things change, my apologies. And sorry, I forgot to mention. For those watching after the fact, I'll leave timestamps for y'all to skip around if you like. But of course, I think you should watch the whole thing. Okay. So here you go is the next thing. Dang, what is this huge? Okay, here you go. Russia, Ukraine. Zelensky and Putin may meet very soon and hold peace talks in Turkey. They have like a ceasefire, and European allies were pretty much giving Russia an ultimatum. Say, do the ceasefire, have the talks, or face new sanctions. And Trump was on board with this, by the way. Putin said they would hold direct talks in Turkey with Ukraine. Have the meeting now, Trump wrote on Truth Social. Guys, don't you think that'd be crazy? I feel like that'd be a really heated meeting. Zelensky says, I will be waiting for Putin in Turkey on Thursday. I really hope that goes smoothly and it's not a heated meeting like things were in the U.S. Remember what happened with VP Vance, Trump, and Zelensky? I hope things are more productive and fruitful and chill, right? I hope things are chill here. And the U.S. has that rare minerals deal with Ukraine now too. So I really, really, really pray that they have a meeting and that it goes well and that both sides are reasonable, because we know what they want. Honestly, both sides aren't going to get exactly what they want, but I hope they have peace, because that is a key geopolitical uncertainty, which if that is gone, then it would be bullish for markets, of course, very bullish. So that is one thing. Now, another topic. I told you there was a lot of bullish news. And this one I may need y'all's help with, because I know I have a lot of audience members from this part of the world. So y'all can give us more accurate stuff. And that's the India and Pakistan conflict. And supposedly they have a full and immediate ceasefire. Now I know, wait, let me just make this larger. You see this? Full and immediate ceasefire. I know the US and Trump was like taking credit for this, and a lot of a lot of people like in India and Pakistan were saying no, like they had nothing to do with that. It was just on their own. But there's also like talking about more potential violations of the ceasefire. But this is big. These are two nuclear countries we're talking about. And they had a big conflict due to the attack. So if this ceasefire holds, if that's as far as this kind of escalation goes and it stops there, then this is also really good news and really bullish for the global markets, because we don't want another hot war between two nuclear powers going on in the world. That is uncertainty. That is bad for the market. So especially, guys, if you are in India or Pakistan and you're watching, please let us know if anything has changed or if the ceasefire is the current kind of latest for this particular topic per se, because that is good news as long as the ceasefire holds. But let me know, folks. I know a lot of y'all watching here are from that region, so you know more than what this like BBC is telling us. And yeah, talking about a bull trap. Honestly, I don't think so. I do think that this is bullish. I'm starting to come around to that. There's been incredible strength, like New Frontier says. Incredible strength. Or it says bullish signs, but same thing. I'm seeing incredible strength and bullish signs lately. Now, folks. Now. We have a bunch of other good news that I guarantee many of y'all have not taken the time to look into, that we're going to look at in this stream. But first, I want to invite y'all to join me and other people at Retail DAO. Just give me a couple minutes, okay? I promise I won't take too long on this. What is Retail DAO? Retail DAO is what we think is the best home for retail investors around the world. We are serious retail investors who care about research, who care about alpha, who care about analysis. We're not the type to just go gamble based on what Ansem or Murad post on X, right? That's not us. So if you want to find a home and find people like that to discuss, debate, share opportunities with, then you got to join us at Retail DAO. This is not a guru-led community. Like, yes, I'm a contributor there, but I'm an equal to everyone else. There are great analysts and researchers there who share their opportunities and share their analysis. It's not just me feeding y'all calls. If that's what you're looking for, don't join. Okay? So this is a token-gated Discord, essentially. You need 20,000 retail tokens, which is still quite cheap right now. It's like, yeah, it's like around, I don't want you to focus on the chart because I don't want people to like gamble and put a lot of money into this. I don't want whales to get involved. So far, it's all like small holders. Look at this, 1,300 small holders, essentially. I don't want whales because whales just means you're just gonna pump and dump, and we don't like that, right? We don't want that. We want wisdom of the crowd. We want a decentralized effort, brick by brick, no VCs, no whales. That's what this project is all about. And it's like around, I believe, like $10 to $12 right now based on the current price. And once you have those tokens, as long as you have over 20,000 tokens, you're in forever, for good. Okay? That's how it works. I mean, if you sell it, then the plugin will check and you won't have access to all the channels in the Discord anymore. But it's on Base. You can get it on Uniswap. If you do buy it, use ETH. Do not use USDC, please. Use ETH only for the best like execution and liquidity, so you don't fall into slippage issues. Just buy a little bit. Just buy enough. I'm not telling you to smash all your money in. This is not for speculation. This is a utility and access token, okay? Join it if you care about analysis and research and discussing opportunities. So just to summarize, would love for you guys to join Retail DAO. All you need to do is get 20,000 retail tokens, around $10, $10 to $12. Use ETH, go on Uniswap on Base, and then come join our Discord and go through the token gating process. It takes like less than a minute. And then you're in. Say GM, say hello in the general chat, and I will say hi back. All right, back to the good news. And link in the description. Nick, link in the description. Join the Discord, get 20,000 retail tokens on Base, Uniswap. Use ETH to get it. And it's only around $10 to $12. And then you're in for good. You're in forever. Retail DAO says hello. Okay, back to the good news that I bet y'all haven't seen before. So, chat, have you seen this before? Let me show you. All the good. I told you, so much good news. So much good news right here. You're telling me in 1 week that's... Oh, wait. I need to share screen. Okay. You're telling me that in 1 week, Stripe launched stablecoins in 100 plus countries, Ramp stablecoins, Robinhood building their own crypto platform, biggest deal in crypto history, Coinbase and Deribit. Meta is back in the stablecoin game. Yeah, this is crazy. A lot of like big corporations are getting involved, as you see here. So, first of all, remember Meta. Remember who? Chat, who here remembers Facebook's Libra or Meta's Diem? It's the same project, different names. But raise your hand. Say yes, you remember, if you remember that. But remember how they had to like kind of give it up because of regulatory pressure? And then their Move, the Move programming smart contract language and VM came out of that. And out came Sui, Aptos, Move. All those and probably some other ones came out of that too. But Meta is looking to deploy stablecoins yet again, 3 years after giving up on their Libra/Diem crypto project. So remember 2019, they announced a new cryptocurrency that could be used across Facebook, WhatsApp, and other platforms. They pulled the plug in face of opposition from Congress. Now they're testing the waters again. They're looking to introduce stablecoins, which is crazy. And here's another one. Stripe. Stripe is like one of the biggest payment processors in the world, arguably the largest. And they are basically allowing their kind of Stripe clients or users per se to send, receive, and hold US dollar stablecoins, similar to how a traditional fiat bank account works. And Stripe is all in on this. Remember, they acquired Bridge, which was a stablecoin technology, and they'll support USDC. So this is really useful. This is usage. And folks, this is important because remember how the stablecoin balances have been going up and people were like, oh, that must be bullish for the price of crypto. But not necessarily. You know why? Because, actually, let me show you this. Here's the stablecoin balance. You see, it's been going up, up, up. Whoops, one sec. Let me show you this. Stablecoin balances have been going up, up, and up. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the crypto prices will follow. You know why? Because people aren't only buying stablecoins to speculate and buy crypto and get yield. They are doing it for other use cases like outside of crypto, like real world use cases, remittances, just simple payments, holding it as fiat in a fiat bank account like Stripe was talking about. They're using it for other reasons outside of our DeFi degen world. You know, like in Latin America and Southeast Asia, they are using it more and more. And that's why when you see the stablecoin balances go up, it could be for that reason, not because people are waiting to deploy it into the crypto markets, right? So don't use this indicator like we have in the past. In the past, we're like, oh, stablecoin balances going up means crypto is still bullish, or going down, it means bearish. Okay, well, maybe going down is still bearish, but going up does not mean bullish. And I want to drill that into y'all's heads, okay? Let me know if you agree, chat. I'm strongly believe this point, but let me know if you agree. Now, okay, Mohammed asks, what do I think about Brat? Well, Brat is unfortunately kind of dead price-wise, and I'm not that excited about it unless AI agents really come roaring back. And funny enough, Retail DAO's token, Retail, is even higher market cap than Brat right now. But anyways, I don't want to focus on that. Just a quick note. Now, more bullish news, folks. I told you I have a lot for you. So much good news, it's crazy. That's the title of the stream. I promise you I have a lot that you haven't seen before, such as this one. There are more micro strategies coming into the picture. We know MicroStrategy, right? They buy Bitcoin and they do a lot of like financial stuff, bonds, etc., etc. A lot of financial engineering for Wall Street. There are more MicroStrategies coming into the picture. Trump crypto advisor David Bailey, some of y'all may see his post on X, raises $300 million for a Bitcoin investment firm called Nakamoto. It's set to go public, like you can trade it in the stock market, and they're doing the same thing as MicroStrategy. They are, let's see. They will reveal and merge with a NASDAQ-listed company expected as early as this week. This is posted last week. And combined entity is set to go public this summer. So they will... Nakamoto's strategy is modeled on companies like MicroStrategy, which is a Bitcoin holding company. And yeah, it's going to be more things. And there's 21 Capital similar too. Remember the one by Jack Mallers with the support of Tether, SoftBank, and Cantor Fitzgerald? they're looking to compete with MicroStrategy. And Michael Saylor just announced a crazy buy today too, if I'm not mistaken. Michael Saylor X. Where is this post? Right here. This was today. They keep buying more and more Bitcoin. Another 1.3 billion under 100,000, and they hold almost 40 billion worth. This is they're insatiable. And now we got 21 Capital, we got Nakamoto, and other companies like Metaplanet. I don't know all the top of my head, like GameStop, etc., etc. Tesla even holds some still. They are all buying Bitcoin by the bunches. Like, there's not enough Bitcoin for all of them. This is freaking crazy, folks. Chat, let me know what you think about all these corporations gobbling up. And then if we add nation states on top, Bitcoin's going to rocket. It's going to rocket, folks. Rocket ship. Rocket ship in the chat, please. Okay, so I am not done with the good news. We have a lot more to share with you. So, rate cuts. Rate cuts, rate cuts, rate cuts. So here's the thing. The Fed hasn't cut rates yet. They're being patient. That's why Jerome Powell, or President Trump, is pissed at Jerome Powell. However, the US Fed is not the only central bank in the world. There are other ones that matter. And even in aggregate, if they all cutting rates, if they all start cutting rates, if they all start money printing, then it may not matter what the Fed does. Bitcoin and crypto could still pump if everyone else, all the other central banks, are doing their thing while the Fed stays patient, right? So, right here, Bank of England cuts rates as it sees tariff hit. They want to grow, so they cut rates to 4.25%. So yeah, they've been cutting rates. And another thing, check this out. Another big central bank is China. They inject tactical monetary stimulus. They've been money printing, folks. Maybe Jerome Powell isn't money printing right now, but China is cutting interest rates. And they're enhancing stock market support tools. Folks, this is all a fancy way of saying money printing. Guys, stimulus, enhanced stock market support, cutting rates. You see, they're all doing this. This is bullish. Even if the Fed is not doing things, this is bullish. I mean, yes, tariffs and stuff, but what the central bank does, if you guys have been paying attention at all, what the central banks do matter a ton for how the markets move, for how risk assets move. So like I said, even if Jay Powell and the Fed is kind of sitting on their hands, if the Bank of England and the Bank of China and other ones are cutting rates, are doing stock market support, then that is bullish. And yes, Don, 130K is very, very possible. Maybe even before June, to be honest with you. Yeah, these treasury companies are making me not even want to sell my bags. If all of them buy Bitcoin like crazy, and then nation states like Abu Dhabi, hell, even other ones start buying, and then we got more. I don't want to kind of ruin it because I have more in this stream of good news of who's going to buy our bags, okay? Maybe I don't even want to sell my Bitcoin anymore, you know? Everyone's fucking buying our bags. Wait, sorry for cursing. I'm just really excited about this, as you can tell. Okay. Speaking of who is buying our bags, check this out. One sec. Let me restart. Okay. Who is buying our bags? maybe the US isn't really buying their bags with the strategic Bitcoin reserve. But check this out. The states, maybe. New Hampshire becomes the first state to adopt strategic crypto reserve. New Hampshire is once again first in the nation, but their governor just signed a new law allowing our state to invest in cryptocurrency and precious metals. Yeah, they signed that. And in Arizona, the governor vetoed a state bill for that. Florida. Oh, no, those are ones that rejected. But states may be coming in is the point. You're asking who else could buy our bags besides nation states, besides companies like Strategy, MicroStrategy, and other ones. US states are starting to look into this, right? Now, there is another important piece of news that could be bullish or potentially bearish. So have y'all been following... Oh, one sec. Have y'all been following this at all? I'm going in chronological order, so this is the oldest first, okay? So you guys have probably seen this already. But the Genius Act is the stablecoin bill, essentially. They are set to vote in May. The vote already happened. I'm going to tell you shortly what happened. But this is big for stablecoin adoption and regulation in the US, allowing companies like Circle and potentially Tether to kind of get in line and expand and grow in the US. Now, the vote has failed, though. The vote has taken place already, and it has failed. However, they want to bring the bill back on at a later date. They're hoping before Memorial Day, which would be within this month. They're trying to get this done because this was a bipartisan bill, if you don't forget. It was bipartisan. Like Kirsten Gillibrand was a Democrat who also was a co-signer. But they ended up flipping on it and voting against it because there were a lot of things they wanted to add and change to it that wasn't properly negotiated. So this senator said there were some developments over the past week that made it clear that there were a number of outstanding issues that needed to be addressed before this bill could pass the full Senate. So she remains extremely confident and hopeful that very soon we can finish the job. So here's the thing. So people are mad at each other, of course. They're pointing fingers. So they are hoping to get this done soon, though, to get this revised and get a revote to get people on board. And there were even 2 Republicans who voted against it. So Tim Scott is hoping that they will get on board too. So this is bullish news. Exactly, Crypto Chief. So many bullish news. Other countries might be sidelined. Yes, Abdul, the deal was announced. I feel like it's a healthy correction, Velez. Okay. We have more bullish news. I'm not done yet, folks. Don't leave me yet. I'm not done yet. I told you there'd be a lot of bullish news. Vice President is a big picture of his face. Remember how Donald Trump, the candidate Trump, before he became president, he went to Bitcoin conference, and now Vice President J.D. Vance is going to be a Bitcoin 2025 speaker. I believe it's going to be Las Vegas. It is Las Vegas. Oh, it's soon too, May 27th and 29th. Who here is going there? If anyone's going there, going to see Vice President Vance, that will be quite interesting. So that's also bullish news, of course. You know what else is bullish news? One sec. I gotta open it. This, folks, crime, we said it's crime season, but crime is still illegal for now. Who lost money in Celsius? Actually, you don't need to raise your hand for that. Don't worry. But freaking Alex Mashinsky got sentenced for 12 years for fraud in a Celsius case. So if you lost money in Celsius, I bet you're happy about this. This is justice being served. And hopefully he doesn't get pardoned by Trump or anything. 12 years for this. I think this is deserved. He pleaded guilty for federal fraud charges. Illegally manipulated the price of their token. He made a lot of money before it filed for bankruptcy. He made statements giving them false comfort. Yeah. So he got less time than... Yeah, he got like half the time of Sam Bankman-Fried. CZ is out already. And Do Kwon pleaded not guilty to fraud charges. So, yeah, crime is still... this is good to see. I'm happy to see there's some repercussions for fraud here. So this may not be the typical bullish news, but it makes me happy to see that there's still some justice and accountability, you know? So, folks, thank you all for joining me and seeing all the bullish news. Once again, folks, if you haven't joined Retail DAO yet, and if you care about research and analysis, if you want a group of savvy investors to discuss, debate, share opportunities with, this is not a place to get spoon-fed calls, okay? This is not a calls group. This is not a gurus group. This is a community of serious retail investors. It's a token-gated community. So if that resonates with you, then please join us. Please join us. The link is in the description of the stream. All you need to do is go on Uniswap Base. On Base Network, you need some ETH. Use ETH, please. Don't use USDC. You need some ETH on Base. Go to Uniswap and get some retail tokens. Make sure you're getting the right one. This should only be around like $10 to $12 worth of ETH to get 20k retail tokens, 20,000 retail tokens to pass the token gate. And that's a one-time thing. You don't ever have to buy any more. Don't buy this to speculate. We don't want VCs. We don't want whales. I would love for you guys to join us, though. And also, please give this stream a like. It would help me out a lot. There was a rumor, actually, about Truth Social Coin. I want to take a look at that. Truth Social Coin. That would be... See, this is people talking about Truth Social token. It's a rumor, but this is, I mean, they have their own stock already, right? Or it's like the Trump media company stock. Yeah, DJT, they already have this, and now they're gonna pump and dump another meme coin. That's kind of, I don't like that. But hey, if you guys want to gamble on it, then do what you have to do. So yeah. But anyhow, folks, we have talked about a lot of bullish news today. I hope you join me on future streams. That is 12 noon Eastern time. I'll try to do it every weekday this week. So see you all. Please like the stream. Please join Retail DAO if that resonates with you at all. I'm Kevin, and I'll catch y'all next time.